Hello, my name is Gary Marr and I'm the author of CreelSurvey.com. What I want to do in this screen capture is show you some of the new features available in version 1.1. This version 1.1 was available on or around May 12th of 2014. The basic screen design has remained the same. You'll see now up here it says version 1.1. You'll also see a couple other little small changes, at least visually. One, you'll see this little asterisk next to the general button. And if I go down the screen here, I'll see a little asterisk again, indicates this is a required field or required information. Basically, all you have to do to use this application is really just fill the information out on the General tab, save it, and then send the data either via email or by a database connection to our server. This will capture all this basic information. We have no interest in your name, we have no interest in where you live, if you've got a fishing license, that's all not part of this application. If you want to fill out the HTO data, the GPS data, which is essentially stream data and then also GPS information, that is up to you. The only thing you'll have to do is if you expect to update our database with it, which we would encourage you to do, is that you also must save the data, fill it all out, save the bio data, go to the GPS information, get a GPS coordinate, and then save that data. And then finally, when you've got these three buttons populated as much as you want to, you can either email or send it directly to the database. Now, the reason this email and database button exists is because this is programmed to work remotely without a server connection. Now, if you're going to be out in a stream someplace and you're not going to have a net connection, you can queue it up to send as email, and then as you get closer, you can always email it. In the future, we'll probably have a similar feature on the database, but the database right now works best if you do have internet connection where you send the data. Now, if you decide to take this home, you can run it from the website here. I'm running this from a PC now, or you can continue to use your smartphone, and you'll probably have both the email and the database connection. I would encourage you, if you have a preference, to use the database connection. Going back here to the General tab again, you also want to make sure you select something. Even though it says rainbow trout, if you do not select something there and also the stream, the length and also the weight, there's a very good chance the data will be empty and therefore will be blank in the database. This is something that will probably be fixed in the next version, but for now, please make sure there's some data in every one of these fields if you expect to populate the database. You can always clear all the fields with the reset button. You can always go to help if you want to. You can also go to links if you'd like to. But before you actually send or transmit the data, you must make sure that each one of these screens is saved. The required one is general, but you can also do HTL, which is stream data, and also GPS. The links button is simply just information that you might find useful, maps, weather. There'll be some videos up here, including this video, which shows you how to use the application. And then down here in the help screen, I talked earlier about there being an announcements page. If you hit the announcements, it will take you to a new page and show you everything that's changed. Now, what this does do is it brings up another change that's been made. If you have pop-ups on, if you try to navigate away from this site, it will ask you to, 1, have you at least updated the general information, which is what we talked about a second ago, 2, have you saved it, and 3, have you clicked email or database. It'll remind you of this, okay, and you can either leave the page and go off and do what you want, but if you do leave this, you're going to have to key it in again. If you click stay in the page, you can now go back to home, and you will see the, oops, one second here. You can go back to home, and then from there, you can continue updating the screen. Now, a lot of this release, we're starting to see some finality in what we're going to have as far as features, but it's still being tested for bugs and usability. So I'd encourage anybody, if you have any questions or problems, to please email me. That information will be found in the help screen. You can email me with suggestions, improvements, etc. Aside from that, you'll find that Stream Report is something we're going to be working on later on. We're not going to worry about that for now. But this is basically a little video to talk about what's been added and made new concerning this program. It's important to understand the reason this is a web application is because it stands the best chance on running the most devices. The problem with web applications, if you're not a techie, is they typically have to be connected to the internet. There's some technology available with this site that allows you to use it without being connected to the internet. But if you expect to update your fishing data at some point later on, you will have to connect to the internet and either email it or apply it to the database. Again, if you have any questions, please send them along to laptoppress@gmail.com. That's laptoppress, all one word, at gmail.com. Thank you very much.